hanging on for the door. I was like, are you okay?
So the sound that comes out of these is mega.
I just realised what's wrong. We're riding on the bump stop. That's why the cars are bouncing.
It's a fair task trying to get it to work because everything's in a different spot and everything's much bigger up here than it ever would be.
Huh? Hurry up. Listen to that puppy.
Right guys, today we're on with doing a 130. This one's got Cummins in it, doing a Cummins swap for once. It's been a while since we've done one of these because they're not as common a thing now. Now that we've got around to doing the BMW swaps and everything, they're a far more refined thing than these. But these do have the place. Like if you're towing big things or you're someone that's using the truck for work all day, every day, and it's just getting hammered and got big weight on it, stuff like that, it's probably more of a sensible option. But if you're just going down motorway, more of a businessman type, you'd probably be better with a BMW.
Go on then. Big clap.
Go on then.
It's a pro.
Tom was a bit depressed this morning when he thought Ben wasn't coming.
What's the job?
He says he does it because no one else does it.
No one else does it?
He says no one else talks to you, Ben.
Do they? They don't get much more than... Oh,
It's like Tom put his microphone on. Yes, I've got the microphone!
Yeah, so obviously, Cummins engine, 6BT, far bigger than what was in here originally. They're a massive engine, really heavy. And yeah, we've had to chop some bits out of the bulkhead to get it to fit. So if you look through here, Ben, I've cut all around here where the gearbox would have gone. So it's much bigger. And obviously this gearbox is originally out of something like a DAF wagon or something of that ilk. And yeah, it's getting it so that it hugs it tightly and you've still got room for your feet and it seals it all in. Like down there on the floor is what I've done. Out of some aluminium sheet, and that'll seal it all in and make it nice once it's carpeted. But yeah, no, it's just, the thing with these is everything's massive and everything's just built to be abused and just have hard, heavy loads on it all the time. And they're really good at that, but like I said, they're not refined. Like when this is running, you'll feel it just shaking the whole car. Like if you're just popping down to shops or going down motorway, you don't want one of these. But if you're doing, like say, towing, or you've got loads of weight in the back of it, it's a sensible option if this is your work truck. And yeah, and like I say, the sound that comes out of these is mega, because it just sounds like a big straight piped wagon. And it's just, yeah, they're a cool thing. It's just, yeah, probably not the most sensible option for a lot of people that come through here now.
So, once you've finished your tunnel, I think we're calling it.
Yeah, transmission tunnel.
What's the next job?
Next job I'm on with now is putting the high-low diff lock shifter in. Because it's still got the Land Rover transfer box mounted to the back of this gearbox. So we still want to have as diff lock and as high and low range, because it'll all work, but it's a fair task trying to get it to work because everything's in a different spot and everything's much bigger up here than it ever would be. So I've got to make some brackets to tag it onto the side of the gearbox, and then some custom length rods to go to all the levers on the box. and just make it so it's neat and everything's vaguely where it would have lived originally, sort of in the same sort of layout. And yeah, once it's all figured out and everything's made so it works, then in here, other than the bigger tunnel, transmission tunnel, you shouldn't really be able to tell. It should largely look quite factory. And yeah, no, it'd be a nice thing when it's done. Like I say, it's a 130 with a work sort of cab on the back. And yeah, no, I think it'll be really good for the lad that's going to have it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering whether that.
Neutral. Drive.
What was it? It's not going from drive into
No, we're not
sport.
getting sport mode, yeah.
Right.
So you should have park.
So park, reverse, neutral. So 5 rather than it.
It's just being a shit out. Just trying to work out if you've got a cable that's wrong. It doesn't have, I haven't got the electronic. So that should be sport.
Inside.
Huh? Wheel. Underneath this plastic, some 2 little cups. If you pick them both off there, see that adjustment you've got here, like that. There's a threaded bar inside there. You pull this back. See that adjustment?
Right.
So at the minute we're not getting enough throw, so we need to lengthen it, I want to say. No, because lengthen it wouldn't pull it enough, would it?
Yeah, because you'd only have.
You don't think we've got, you know where park is? We're not going too far forward, are we? Yeah, but get to park then.
Park.
Yeah, but look, that's over traffic then, so that's there. Yeah, so lengthen it's wrong, it wants to go shorter. Copy D10.
That'd do reverse.
Yeah,
Neutral.
yeah,
Drive.
yeah.
Sport.
Yeah, so we've got enough, haven't we? Or, I'll tell you what, take this white clip out, right, and then I can go further back with it. Yeah. I don't want to. See this? So that sits on the thread. Get rid of that thread there, so that will slide over my shank.
Oh, right. Sport.
Right, so there's, that must be neutral there. Neutral, drive,
Yeah.
and then one to the back is sport.
Right. Park.
Yeah. I can only imagine it's sort of like take the cable set, wouldn't it?
No, wrong one.
So the guy in the States gave us the wrong stick. It attaches to the gearbox that selects park, neutral, and sport.
So, I wonder whether that's done the same.
Did I shorten that?
Yeah, it's just short as possible. Yeah, go to park. Just try park first. Yeah. Reverse. Neutral. Drive. Right.
I suppose this just sort of last minute testing before it goes back.
No,
Are you discouraged?
Went on the dyno, we had sport, we had drive, we had everything. Yesterday, lost sport mode. And the cable decided to center itself and shut itself effectively.
What do you want to show us, Nicky?
My nice posh screen wash tank. Custom made, fit in there, hidden pump down the bottom. It's holding the reservoir for the shock damper.
That's the pump down there then?
Yeah, we got a hidden pump down there, pumps it to the OptiWash jets. Nice posh add-on.
What sort of benefit would you get from a metallic screen wash reservoir like that?
Yeah, not a lot. It just looks better in the engine bay compared to the plastic one that would be underneath the wing. Just finishes off, especially when Dave gets it done in his favourite colour, crinkle black.
I suppose one very obvious benefit in this case of having a metal screen wash tank is you've been able to locate this right onto it.
Yeah, normally fixed to the wing on the side here, but because we've got this here now, I've had to make it bracket so it fits down there. Nice and neat. You've got adjustability on the knob here. We've had to retrofit the power steering pump because they come with electric power steering from standard. So we had to make some adapters, align the belt and pulley. That's all ready to go.
And then what are you currently working on?
Just tying things together really, get it running. Plumb it up, get it running.
Okay, so I've seen we now have a radiator plumbed in. What's this little bit?
This one's a transmission cooler. Just got to put some pipes to it, some lines, keeps the transmission a bit cooler.
Why would you need a cooler just for your transmission?
Just because automatic gearbox, keep it cooler.
So this is my favourite wheel combination. So this is a Moto Liter wheel, our billet centre, and Optimil's quick release. Really nice touch. And this is going on Project Spirit over here. So what I love about these removable bosses is Optimil's made a very, I want to say they've owned the market when it comes to removable bosses. So the nice thing about this, you pull the two pins and then it shouldn't all come off. But this bit here stays as the hub, so that's required to be bolted on. It's a nice tight fit, guys, so you have to give it a little tap. Obviously you've got a normal nut that nips up onto there. And this here, pull the two pins out, as so. Find your locator, job done. Always make sure it's fitted properly, guys, before driving it. Bish bash bosh. And lighting up today is these snap-on lights. They're wireless, but we keep them wired when working on the cars. They've got a nice removable spring top, and they're movable. Of course, the 1/4" long reach ratchet. We love this, guys. Battery operated. This is actually more torquey than the 3.8 version. Cracking bit of kit, especially when you're down here, you're trying to access bolts and you can't get your fingers in there or bashing your knuckles up. And Spirit guys, quick update on this one. So, God, it's nearly there. So it's turnkey, so if you want to hear it, oh, hang on, this thing's got an alarm. Ready? Listen to that puppy.
Right, so this is Tom's 110. It's got an LT1 in it, manual LT1, brand new Goliath chassis under it, and we're about to fit a new 150 litre long range fuel tank for him. We're about to take the old one out, put the new one in. All we've got to do is just put some brackets on the back, just because we're still working out the jig for the rear brackets yet. But yeah, no, once that's in, we'll be on with some other bits on it, and yeah, hopefully be able to have his car back.
What I'm doing here is an amendment to the file at John Sleeth Race Cars. This car went to John early last week and it's come back a totally different animal. So it's shifting nice, the engine's running. Idle is like 650 RPM. She is really ticking over beautifully. But what John did, he made a couple of amendments on the car. And when we got the car back, we noticed that we'd lost tap shift, you know, tap up, tap down. Anyway, after a few discussions with John, we realised that because he's made these amendments, they weren't actually working on the road, but they were working fine on the dyno, if you like. So he's sending me another file, and what I'm doing right now via HP Tuners, I'm loading the new file onto the car's ECU. And what I like about how easy this HP Tuners is, as you can see now, I'm loading this file on. It's so simple, so we can make amendments anywhere in the world. So providing you've got HP Tuners dongle, we can tap in remotely and make it happen.
So the work that you and Darren were doing this morning underneath Goliath, trying to get it into sport, was that purely something down to the
so
tune?
what we think that has happened is, so as you see here on the shifter, when you put your foot on the brake, I won't do it right now because it's loading this file up, but there's like an interlock. So once you put your foot on the brake, it obviously removes the gear stick, allows you to go park, neutral, reverse drive. It wasn't allowing us, because how sport works on these 6R90s is when the stick is all the way to the back, there's another detent at the back. So we call it like Sport Plus, if you like. So plus one, it allows you to go up and down on the toggles. But what we found is that it wasn't going all the way back to the toggle. So there's a little adjuster inside the shifter cable itself to give you that extra bit of shift, if you like. But we weren't getting that extra bit of shift, but yesterday we were. So we thought, we can only imagine that, you know, the cable was settled. It kind of shrunk, but you know, there's bushes either end, so what we've done is actually shorten the cable and we've also shortened the rod that basically links to the gearbox to allow you, so it's giving us a little bit more throw. Right, so what I'm looking for now, I don't know if you can see this, where it says trans current gear is 2, right, so if you can see here where my finger is, this is tap shift, tap up, tap down, right? I gave John a call earlier, so John, I said, enabled, obviously tap shift's not enabled, so can you give us a hand? He's taught me through what to do, and I've made it happen on HP tuners. And so if you watch on that screen now, look here, trans current gear 1, right? I'm going to accelerate very gently, and I'm going to press 2. You see that? I'm going to press 3. It's in 3. So I can command the gears, so we can do things like this. Second gear. I can drop the rev, so if you want to have a bit of fun, and what I love about these V8s, if you hold it at 4,000 RPM, boy does she sound friggin' amazing. And I can't do it on this estate, unfortunately, we haven't got an estate big enough. But you know what, I've ticked the box, we've got this car now shifting. There you go, high, that's back into first. Second, third, and believe me, it's even more fun when the car is like at 4,000, 5,000 RPM, banging through the shifts, you get the burble, you get the backfires, it makes all the right noises basically. So right, this is road test now, and the car will naturally go through the gears unless I command it differently. So I'm going to command it to go down now. There you go. Just listen to this. You ready? And this is what's addictive about owning one of these LS3s, is this noise. Should we go again? So there you have it guys, we've got this car dialed in, tap shift is now working, I can drop it back into manual normal mode and she'll cruise, she'll go back down to being semi-economical, and I'm hoping my client Stephen from Ireland is going to love this machine because I love it. I'm actually going to build myself a 100-inch special sometime soon because I'm actually jealous. I keep building these for clients, I haven't actually got my own toy, so if anyone's got any ideas for building the ultimate 100-inch Defender, we're going to go tractive suspension, we're going to go, you know, everything, the best of the best guys, air suspension, tractive shocks. I want it to be the ultimate demonstrator, but most of all it's going to be mine. I'll probably end up painting it Ethos grey because I'm in love with that car. And it's going to sound like this. What's not to love, guys? Anyway, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like, guys. And if you like what we're doing on YouTube, please drop us a comment and tell us what you'd like to see even more, because we love seeing good feedback. I actually love seeing any feedback, good or bad, guys, but most of all, I love building these V8 cars for you guys out there that appreciate it. So don't be afraid to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, guys.